What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. It is Saturday, the 1st of November, 2014. Where has the year gone? I don't know, but I know it has been boring. As always, first link below is going to tell you the Blogspot posts where we find all this madness. I'm going to give you madness indeed. Again this week, officer shoots and kills man who attacked him with a box cutter. Say police this happened in Queens. Got a local news article out of that. We got several of these this week. Axe-wielding man tries to attack D.C. police officer. Sinks axe into his cruiser window. This is local out of D.C. More axes and box cutters coming at officers. Disturbing trend. Stillwater police say man nearly beheaded in Wednesday's homicide. This out of Oklahoma. Fox 25. Attempted beheading in Oklahoma. We got Long Island man beheads his mother before jumping in front of a moving train. What the hell, people? I'll put a link to all this. Ebola news, I don't have that much this week. We do have this anti-quarantine nurse, this lady up in Maine, I guess, is defying the quarantine order. I know the judge said yesterday she doesn't have to quarantine. Well, apparently, she was trained as an intelligence officer by the CDC. Thank you, people, for sending me this. I'll put this link from Natural News. I don't know. Spanish intelligence intercepts plot to weaponize Ebola. Be advised, this from Breitbart. Take it however you want to take it. That's all I got for Ebola. There's a lot more stuff going on with Ebola, but I'm really, I know I'm tired of talking about it. I know you guys are sick of hearing about it. 2 people critically injured when Walnut Creek apartment building explodes. This out of CBS San Francisco Bay. Put a link to that. Reuters has test flight. A Virgin Galactic spaceship ends with fatal crash in California. I think 1 person dead, 1 person injured. Things go wrong sometimes, yes, but, 2 times in 1 week. We had the rocket that didn't make it the other day. Are they connected? Are they not? I don't know. I'll put a link to the story. We got some good news this week. The survivalist that in Pennsylvania that they've been looking for weeks, well, he was apparently taken into custody without incident. That's good both ways. I was afraid we were going to see more dead people. Good, that ended, and he's in custody, and we'll have to see how that plays out. New York Times has an article on that. And the Marine that was stuck down in the Mexican jail has been freed. He is on his way back to the United States. So right on, some good news. Over to financial news. Let's see how the Dow did this week. Let me close this out. The Dow looks like it was up 195 points on Friday. Closed at 17,390. For the week, it was up 585 points. NQE, Dow goes to the moon. Nothing makes any sense. I'll put a link to this. Meanwhile, we got ECB fails 25 banks in health check, but problems largely solved. Nothing to worry about here, folks. Put that link from Reuters. CVS tracks tobacco payment to prescription network. Think about that. I'll put a link to this from MyFox DC. Be advised, no health insurance, ? You're running out of time to avoid IRS fine, which soon doubles. I try my best to keep profanity off my channel, but Obamacare can kiss my ass. Put a link to this. IRS, do your thing. Speaking of the IRS, law lets IRS seize accounts with no suspicion, no crime required. Nope, this is not a conspiracy website. This is MSN.com. I'll put a link to it. Meanwhile, on that, IRS seizes woman's entire savings because she deposits less than $10,000 at a time. I don't know. From the week, be advised, IRS is snatching stuff. We got Hungarians revolt against internet tax. Photos and video. This from RT come out on October 26th. Viva la resistance. Right on. Go Hungarians. And we have another dead bank lawyer, actually, found dead by suicide in New York. We're over to New World Order Police State News. Be advised, Facebook data mining for political views. Interesting article here from Politico, come out on 10:30. Be advised if you're sharing political things on Facebook. Meanwhile, activists set up billboard near Amazon asking company about $600 million CIA contract. Great idea. Speaking of the DHS, DHS is said to help local law enforcement with jammers in St. Louis with the upcoming Ferguson re-riots. What do you think it's going to look like when they fail to indict that officer? It's not going to be good. DHS Inspector General investigator resigned after prostitution sting. Really now? This from CNN Politics. Wonder what's really going on. That come out on the 29th. Outrage after teacher tells students to report contents of family medicine cabinets. You heard that right, October 25th. What else is new in Nazi America? Meanwhile, this next story, maybe people don't want their kids learning about Islam. Ex-Marine banned from daughter's school after he complained about her Islam homework. I'm not making this up. This is coming out of Maryland, I believe, from the Mail Online. Think about that. And, you know, speaking of Islam, I know all my friends in Canada are having to undergo, you know, the new police state rules given this terrorist attack or whatever that went on up there. Let me just remind you, if you're in Canada, of a story from 2010. Canadians outraged veiled Muslim woman not required to lift veil and prove ID at airports. That's an old article, just FYI, when all this new police state stuff comes in. Other news going on. Ministers risk arrest for refusing to perform same-sex marriage ceremony. This came out 10/20/2014 from TR. What are your thoughts on that? Truther.org. Now, this is just information. You can take this with a grain of salt. Obama planning domestic coup d'etat attack in D.C. prior to November 4th election. Just heads up, info only. Take it with a grain of salt. Look into it if you want to. Stars and Stripes has this, however. Army plans for gas and chlorine tests in western Utah, I believe, next year. Be advised, if you're in Utah, you want to be aware of that. Over to World War III news. Don't have much this week. We got unusual Russian flights concern NATO. This came out October 30. Unusual flights from Russia, different planes in the skies and whatnot. Meanwhile, why is the Pentagon stuffing caves in Norway full of tanks? This from the week come out October 22nd. Why indeed? Some 2012 stuff going on there? I don't know. Flight delayed due to hotspot named for a terrorist group. What's the name? Al-Qaeda Free Terror Network. This come out of Los Angeles. I'll put a link to it. That's not a very funny joke. Lone wolf threat huge, Rogers says. This is from The Hill. They're talking about lone wolves and ISIS and all this. What else is new? Over to Earth changes in 2012 news now. Looks like we haven't had any big quakes in the past week. Got a lot of small ones, though. 3.3 out of Oklahoma, 4.6 Japan, 3.4 Alaska, 4.6 somewhere I can't pronounce. A lot of little 4-pointers, 3.8, a 5.1 actually in Iceland. And I thought there was like a 4.8 or so somewhere over by Japan. I'll put this link from the USGS. Big quakes on the left, small quakes on the right. A lot of little stuff going on. Residents of a Hawaiian village prepared to evacuate 2,000-degree lava flow slowly oozes toward their home. Have you been watching this volcano thing out of Hawaii? Man, it has been impressive. You know, I feel for everybody who's in the line of this stuff. But when you buy a home next to an active volcano, you know, that's just the risk you run. I know I had a couple friends in Hawaii, though. Boz and Shep, drop me a line in the comments. Let me know you guys are all right. We got rapid fire X flares from Sunspot AR 2192. Big time solar flares in the past week. SOT.net has a write-up on that. Meanwhile, Bill Gates and the Jason Group joined CIA, Raytheon, and big oil companies trying to control the weather. We Are Change has a great article on climate control, you know, chemtrails, what have you, whatever you believe. Space.com has this: skydiver goes supersonic in record-breaking near-space dive, October 24, 2014. I got a video on that. Very interesting. And be advised, it's time again. Don't forget to set your clocks back 1 hour. I'll put this link here, October 31. I think that's tonight or tomorrow night, sometime this weekend. Go ahead and do it right now, just so you don't forget. I think our computers will do that automatically, right? Over to, where are we? Strange and bizarre news. Got some strange news this week. Hawaii police warn about pot-laced Halloween candy. Be advised, check your candy. Might be marijuana. Walmart apologizes for labeling plus-size Halloween wear as fat girl costumes. This from People. Screw Walmart. BBC News has this: jogger in Prime Minister security alert had no idea what happened. Apparently somebody ran right into Prime Minister over there. What's up with that? Got one. Police say student's rectum was injured by air hose. I don't know. I'll put a link to it. I'm not going to read into it. I don't advise you to either. There's a plush new Ebola toy online that's already sold out. How'd you like to have a pet Ebola? For all the news, please check my favorite videos. I have favorited quite a few videos over the past week. Thank you to everybody who puts out content. At least pull it up, check over the title, see if there's anything I don't know about. Not too much of a report this week. I mean, it's election time, you know, midterm elections and whatnot. None of that noise means anything to me. I do have some shout-outs this week. Shout-out to Fire Pumper Upgrade. There's a small town in Missouri that's looking to upgrade their 40-year-old fire pumper. They're looking to raise $25,000 in the next 55 days. If I have any really wealthy subscribers out there, you want to do something with your money, they need a new fire engine. Definitely shout out to them. Shout out to Teal Swan. She was on Fox and ABC doing an interview about satanic ritual abuse. Now, this goes into a lot of stuff we talk about when it comes to the New World Order and, you know, Bohemian Grove and, you know, Bilderberg Group. You know, there's a lot of satanic stuff going on with the elite. She was actually a victim of something similar to that, and she went on mainstream media to talk about it, and I think it took just incredible bravery to get up on camera and talk about the things that she experienced. So definitely much love. Shout out to her. I'll put a link to the interview. It's 10 minutes long. Big love to Teal. I love you. That's all I got, guys. If you like the report, please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. You can suck this, the worst of YouTube. You never want to see again, and please rate, though. It helps me move around. I do appreciate it. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus for live show alerts, breaking news alerts, new upload alerts. Always posted over there as soon as they're up. Quite a few breaking news blurbs went out this week. Definitely follow me on Facebook and Twitter if you want breaking news from me, because I send that stuff out all week long. That's all I got. You know, not too much madness this week. These axes and box cutters and these random attacks. I don't know, man. People beheading people. That guy beheaded his mother, jumped in front of a train. Disturbing, to say the least. Anyway, welcome to November. You guys take care, stay safe, have a good rest of the weekend, have a good week. I will see you on the next one.